All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we have another fixed blade. You know, I love fixed blade videos, but I film all the knives from $35 to five figures. The knife that I have been carrying for the last 297 days. And that'll play in as we get to this SOG Gambit. They call it a curved sheep's foot blade, and it's in their tactical series. Ooh. For $35, this isn't bad. I am not a knife fighting ninja, so I don't understand the whole use of the karambit. They call this the gambit, but this style of knife. And usually the karambits are angled more. There's more of an angle to them. So maybe that's the distinction between this and a true karambit. But it is a ring style knife, and that can be useful if you are doing cutting boxes, doing stuff, utility type work with this knife, and you need your hand. And maybe the sheath is over in your toolbox. I mean, it should be on your person, but okay, let's say it's not. Or you just need to use both hands for a second. You can just drop this down. It's easier when you don't have a table right under you. You can then do whatever you need to do with both hands, but you still have the knife here close by to then just bring back into service when needed. Okay? And that didn't look very eloquent here under the camera above the table. But in real world, you get the point, right? So, yeah, this is a good utility knife. Okay? It could be great for that. It could be used for personal defense if you're a knife fighting ninja. And if you are a knife fighting ninja, comment down below because I'd love to have you on the podcast and we could talk about ninja stuff. Okay? This is pretty sharp for what it is. It is 7 CR17 MOV blade steel. So nothing fancy. Certainly not a premium steel, but enough to get the job done. Okay? Now, they do give us some specs on the back, which I question. The overall length. Now, I had to go and get a second tape measurer because I measure everything myself before I do the videos. And here's why. They call it 7.28, which is over 7.25. I'm measuring that at 7.125. Just maybe a hair over 7.125. And so I thought, well, maybe that tape measure is no good. Let me go to my trusty Stanley and check it again. And if I could hook it on there without bumping it off, we're still at that 7.125. Like, we're a little bit over 7.125. So even my two tape measures are slightly different. But it's certainly not more than 7.25, like they say. Even the blade length, 2.58, I measure from the edge of the scale to the tip at 2.6. Their website says 2.6. So, yeah, enough of that. I'm going to toss that off to the side because it's worthless. It is a hard nylon sheath with a rotating pocket clip. Has little detents, and it does go all the way around. Although as you're going this way, it's tightening the screw that holds it in. It seems. So if you want to go the other way, you have to go backwards and do it this way if you want to do that. And it is reversible. Okay? So it's utilitarian as far as the sheath goes. And the sheath works fine. A couple other specs we talked about. It is a 2.8 ounces with just the blade. 4.1 ounces total carry. It is really thin at just a hair over a quarter inch, 0.374. So almost 3/8 of an inch. It's super comfortable in the hand. It could do some, this could be good for a box cutting type knife for your garage, your toolbox, things like that. I don't know who really needs this knife or who's going to want and run out and buy this. And I don't care if you go and buy it or not. I don't have any affiliation with SOG at all. My friend John sent this in. Now, why did the King Battle come into play? Because I have been carrying this for, like I said, 297 days. It's got some tape or something on there. And I use this to open boxes. This point right here is a fantastic box opener. Fantastic. And so I used that very much like you could use this point here. And it works fantastic to open boxes. So I could see it's very much a very similar profile there if we hold these up to each other. So I can see the utilitarian use of this knife as a, utilitarian knife, as I said already. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool. It's a nylon reinforced scales. Nothing fancy there. You can take them off if you needed to clean this. If you use this for game, this could be, I'm not a hunter, so I'm speaking out the side of my whatever. But if you were to use this for skinning or doing any work with animals, you could take the scales off, clean it, and put it all back together. So, I don't know. Not a lot to say about that. Here it is next to the Sharpie. We'll do the obligatory size comparisons with the Sharpie and the Delica. So, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, it's about $35 on the SOG website. You can probably find it cheaper on Amazon or something like that, maybe. If you are so inclined, I think they threw this in the box for John when he bought 8 other knives. So I think they just kind of tossed this one in as a gift for a big purchase. So thanks for watching. Check out my SOG playlist in the corner with other cool SOG knives.